Today I'm going to show you the beginning steps in a first grade lesson in how to draw the portrait of a snowman. So to get started, we took a blue piece of paper. My students are working on a 12 by 18 piece of paper. It could be done on any size. I'm going to be using a 9 by 12 piece of paper so it'll fit on the screen. And it can also be done on any color piece of paper that you choose. Here we've chosen a turquoise piece of paper, and you can see the final drawing of the snowman. To get started with our drawing today, we're going to start with the head of the snowman. So up here I want to save a little bit of room for the hat. So not quite halfway, a little bit taller than halfway up here. I'm going to start with just a half circle, like a big oval shape. And I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm going to come over about there and then stop, and I've got a snowman head. I went ahead and outlined mine with Sharpie marker so that you were able to see a little bit better what I was doing. I would start with a pencil for the younger kids and have them finish by outlining it with Sharpie. So what I'm going to do next is add the hat. So I'm going to start on the corner of the snowman's head, and I'm going to have a rectangle hat. So I'm going to go over, up, over, and then up and off the paper to make my hat. I don't have to make it all the way up to the top. If I wanted to, I could stop his hat like right here. Since I've started with a Sharpie, I can't really go back and make any changes. And I'm going to put like a little ribbon right here and just have a pattern that I can color in later on the ribbon of his hat. So there's my snow person with his top hat on. You could add a Santa hat or a floppy hat or any other kind of hat that you would like. Then to start with the nose, I'm going to go right in the middle of the face, and I'm going to start with the letter C, just like what carrot starts with. So I make the letter C, and then from that letter C, I go way off of the circle, and then I make the point and connect them, coming back, making a long skinny triangle. To add the texture of the carrot in then, I'm going to fill it with the letter C to make it look like the texture of a carrot. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add the eyes, and so I'm going to have this eye kind of going off the paper, I think, since it's near the edge. And I'm making coal eyes, so I'm kind of doing like a square, but my squares have rounded edges. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the mouth, and I'm going to make the mouth maybe like it's buttons or some sort of circle, maybe chocolate chips. And so there is the mouth, and you can only see part of the mouth. The rest of the mouth would go off on the side of this portrait of the snow person. All right, now I'm going to extend down and work on the scarf. So from the bottom of my snow person's head, I'm going to just kind of make a straight line. And then from there, I'm going to make a curved line for the bottom of the scarf. Now from the corner of that scarf, I'm going to put my marker or my pencil, whatever utensil I'm using, right on that corner, and then I'm going to extend it out, way far out, because that's going to be the next body piece. That's like the middle piece of the snow person. Now I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of the scarf. So down here, from where the scarf kind of ended, I'm going to add a long kind of swooping rectangle. And then from where it was here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just come over. Maybe this one's flying in the wind a little bit. And then I can add on some tassels to the bottom of the scarf as well. And if you want to, you can do a pattern in your scarf, like zigzag, straight, zigzag, straight, zigzag. And I'll do that over here so that it looks like my scarf matches. Okay, now I've got a pattern on the scarf, and I have finished the scarf kind of flailing in the air. And then the last step might be for me to hide some of the buttons that might be kind of poking out from behind the snow person's scarf. So this down here is a button that you can just see a little bit of. And then over here there's a little bit of a button that you can see kind of hiding behind the snow person's scarf. The very last detail that I might want to add would be some snowflakes. So I might start with like the letter X, then put a line through that letter X, and then I might put a V on the end of each one of those lines. All snowflakes are different, so I might try putting just a line on the end of all of those lines. Or I might put a V in the middle. There's lots of different ways. You could also do the wind swirling around your snow person. Okay? So for my students, their next step will be to outline their portraits with Sharpie, and then they will choose to color them with oil pastel or whatever medium we are using that day. This is a first grade lesson on how to draw the portrait of a snow person.